millions of Egyptians came down to the streets in nationwide protest.
This uprising defies any definitions.
This is a film about the very personal journey of three main characters as they go through the last 2.5 years in Tahrir Square, basically using a square as a tool to stand up against regimes and against dictatorship.
People are gathering in the largest demonstrations against President Hosni Mubarak.
Ultimately, it's about what it means to hold your leadership accountable time and time again, whether that's Mubarak or whether that's the military or whether that's the Muslim Brotherhood. And it's about a country going through change through the eyes and through the personal story of these people. It's a character-driven film that's deeply personal. So you're actually seeing what it means to have experienced a revolution live, and you're getting at the stories behind the headlines. What it means to sit in that square, what it means to fight for something bigger than yourself. So it's this sort of combination of being in the middle of an action movie, as well as a very emotional story following characters that are charismatic and that you really fall in love with. You want them to succeed. They become our heroes. And it touches on the zeitgeist of this time. There's a reason why young people are taking to squares all around the world and demanding a different relationship with their government. One of the reasons we went with Netflix is because this film would come out widely to a very diverse audience now, and we're trying to release it as widely as possible, even in Egypt, because unlike any other film that I've ever worked on, coming out of this film brings up issues that are currently being dealt with on the ground in Egypt and has a chance to affect the conversation. And that's why it's so important. That's why things like being shortlisted, being talked about in newspapers like the New York Times and different publications are so important, because it's giving credence to a narrative that could very easily be shoved aside.
الاخوان يقفوا مع المجلس العسكري اللي قتل شعبه، خدوا الميدان واعملوا اللي انتوا عايزينه، والثوره جايه غصب عن اي حد.